Hi, this is Michael Rony Mullick, and you're watching the pre-market show. So let us look at the markets and how the US markets have ended. And today is the 2nd of June. It's an expiry day, the first expiry of the June series. So again, a very interesting day to watch out the markets. So let us look at how the things are trading right now. So if we look at the charts of uh, 1 second, yes, let me pull up the charts of SGX Nifty. Okay, so let me fix this issue 1 second. Yeah, so let us continue with the charts of SGX and Nifty. So as you can see, SGX Nifty is yeah, no, this is not the SGX Nifty chart. So yes, SGX Nifty is showing a gap down of almost uh, like six. It is trading at 1 second. Yeah, it's trading at currently 16,419, which is again it's a very bearish right now. So it opened around 16,450, but then it is currently trending downside. So 16,418 is what is SGX Nifty showing, and so hopefully the markets will take a support at 16,400 because it is an important level. We have talked about 16,400 many times in Nifty, so 16,400 seems to be a very strong support right now because it was acting as a resistance for multiple days when the markets had fallen below 16,400. So that is from 9th May it tried to break, but it could not. From on 10th May, same thing, 18th May and 24th May. So the markets have tried multiple times to break 16,400, but it couldn't, and from there the markets have actually opened with a gap up on 30th May, and there was a gap created. So we can expect the markets to come down and fill up this gap today, and it is fine if the market comes and fills the gap, but on a close to close basis the market should end above 16,400 because that is a very important level. If the market somehow closes below 16,400, we can expect more bearishness to set in the market in the coming days. So 16,400 is going to act as a very important level, and SJCT shows the market can open around that level. Now talking about the US markets, the US markets had ended yesterday all in the red. So it opened with a gap up, then fell in a huge fashion, but there was some recovery towards the end, but the markets could not take out the day's high. So it S&P 500 ended at 0.75 percentage in the red. Dow Jones fell almost 0.5 percentage, 0.5 percentage in the red, and Nasdaq also down by 0.7 percentage, and it is also in the red is what we can see. Currently US futures are slightly positive, almost positive to flat is what we can see, that Dow Jones futures up by 0.03 percentage, Nasdaq up by 0.1 percentage, and S&P 500 up by 0.08 percentage. So things look almost flat in the US futures. Let us look at the Asian markets. The Japanese market are trading at 0.17 percentage in the red. Hang Seng almost 0.17 percentage in the red. Chinese shares 0.1 percentage in the red, and Korean markets are 0.1 percentage in the red. So overall, the Asian markets are now all trading in the red. That is why SGX Nifty is almost showing a gap down opening of almost 100 points. And let us see what the markets open. Talking about open interest, we talked about Nifty yesterday. Very interestingly, no amounts of no amounts of puts were written, and we saw massive amounts of call writing being happening. So people kind of knew that the markets would be opening lower, so no one took any position on the put side. And so there is not much panic if markets open below and continue trading downwards, but the panic will set in if the market breaks 16,600 and tries to move above, because a lot of call open interest is there, and these people will have to run for cover, and that can induce a short covering rally in Nifty. Nifty PCR is at 0.66, which means it looks very bearish. More amounts of call are written than put, and the market is also chart wise and open interest wise, we can see the markets are currently weak. So talking about the level 16,000 to 17,000 seems to be the widest range of the build up of open interest. People seem to be playing it very safe for this expiry, and that is what the OI indicates for Nifty. Talking about Bank Nifty, because Bank Nifty almost recovered almost 500 points in the last half an hour, we can see huge amounts of call put being written in Bank Nifty, and so this is how the markets look like currently. So the PCR is 0.92, so Bank Nifty is slightly balanced because of yesterday's recovery. So previously Bank Nifty was looking very weak, but after yesterday's 500 point recovery in last 30 minutes, a good amount of puts have been written, and it shows a balanced picture, but still calls are on the higher side. So 36,000 seems to be the highest amount of call writing. On the downside, 35,000 seems to be the highest amount of put. 35 to 36,000 is going to be acting as a strong support and resistance. Now talking about the levels in Nifty and Bank Nifty price action wise, I told you 16,400 is something to look into for today's expiry, and if that is broken, we can expect more downside, and 16,400 needs to sustain on a close to close basis. And on the upside, 16,630 will act as a major resistance, and in the middle 16,500 and 35 to 40 will again act as a strong resistance or support based on how the markets are trading over it or below it. So this is the markets Nifty. That is how it looks like currently. Talking about Bank Nifty, the Bank Nifty is going to take strong support at 35,300 because it has taken multiple supports on last couple of days at the same place. And on the upside, 35,800 850 to 870 is a strong resistance, and above that 36,000 seems to be a major resistance for Bank Nifty. So this is how the things look like. Talking about mid cap and small cap, so although the larger stocks are falling, mid cap ended 0.4 percentage in the green, and Nifty small cap ended 0.6 percentage in the green. So it's looked good to see that small and mid cap stocks are performing well in the markets. Talking about IT is very bearish. It was down almost 1.41 percentage yesterday, and today, since the Nasdaq is open, it ended in the red yesterday, so we can expect further down move in the IT stocks. So now the IT stocks are weak. Hopefully the banking stocks remain strong. We saw good movement in Kotak Bank and HDFC Bank yesterday. Both of them are up by almost 1%. So that can if that sustains, the market the market's downfall will be arrested to an extent. But if both of them start falling, then we can expect the markets to fall further. So talking about Nifty, auto seems very strong right now. The auto sector, it is very strong, and we can see the stocks like M&M is at all-time high. It is more than 1,047, up by 1.26%. We talked about this M&M. It has broken out from the all-time high with a very strong momentum. And we talked about Hindalco and National Aluminium yesterday. So again, it is interesting to watch these stocks. Both of them were down significantly because of the aluminium prices which were rising in the global markets. Aluminium prices were up by almost 2.05 percentage, down by 2.05 percentage, and that is why these stocks were getting affected. Now talking about the other commodities like crude oil, which is what we track very religiously. So here's oil. Crude oil is down from its high of $120, and it is now trading back within the range. So that is good to see. It is now trading at $112 per barrel, 112.9, so close to $113 per barrel, which is a good sign for Indian markets. And we can see that the crude oil related stocks like Asian Paints and other companies, they can be benefited from this, but Reliance and ONGC, they will be adversely affected from falling crude oil prices. So we can expect some bearishness from Reliance today. So this is the crude oil. We talked about the India VIX. It is around 1.8 percentage up. So 20.84 is the level of India VIX. US VIX, although US markets fell, US VIX also fell. So that means that from here there's the downside is little in the US markets. It is trying to consolidate like the other world markets. So US VIX is at 25.68. That is where it closed yesterday. So let us see the things how it works out today. Talking about dollar index, it is on an uptrend. So we talked about it yesterday, and today it also seems to be slightly up, 102.5, which is again not a good sign. USD is at 77.57 is where it is trading currently. So we talked about the levels of Nifty, Bank Nifty, SGX Nifty is indicating almost 100 point gap down. So with that, hopefully you have a good expiry. The markets, expect the markets to be very, very volatile today because it is an expiry day again. So expiry related issues will be there, and people will be starting to create positions right from the beginning. From 9:15, and it is going to be interesting to see where the markets move. So we are expecting a down move, huge down move, and let's see where the market reverses from there, because we last expiry we saw a good reversal from the downside, and the markets moved significantly up. So let us hope the market finds bottom somewhere around 16,400 and reverses from there. And again the 2 p.m. selling, it has to be again kept in mind. So because every day we see this FII is coming and selling at 2 p.m. So that is something to keep in mind as well when you are trading. So expect a good 100 200 point moves on many times on both directions in the market. But as long as 16,400 holds on the downside on a closing basis, we will still be in a consolidation mode. If that is broken, again we will be turning bearish for the near short term. So this is what I think is the current situation in the markets. So let us hope for the best for this expiry, and hope to see you at 11:15 a.m. for the post market show, where we discuss how the markets have traded today and the important news of the day. So with that, I will be ending my pre-market show here. I hope you have enjoyed watching it. Thank you for watching.